Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Taurus. We've got a pretty auspicious start here for you. We've got the World and the Three of Wands in the reverse. This is an unexpected new chapter of your life. You may not have expected things to open up for a new pathway, but I feel like there's something that is going to I don't know, I feel kind of excited. So I feel like somebody is going to offer you a job, offer you a place to live. There's something here that's unexpected, maybe even a trip. The world can sometimes be about travel. So, all right, let's call on spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Just a little. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, Taurus. We're going to continue with the same deck. This is, I like to call it the noisy deck for obvious reasons, but I think it was technically called the Classic Tarot. All right, Taurus, we have the Four of Wands in the reverse and Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. You have, well, whoever is being read for today, we've got kind of an unstable or shaky foundation. There's been something holding you back from being able to achieve some kind of financial stability or a little bit of peace of mind here. Oh my gosh, hello, Miss Eva. You were looking great on your premiere earlier today. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Like, I don't know, in the reverse, this is giving me somebody that doesn't want to continue to waste their time and has kind of moved on. Like, there's a mental sense of closure here, right? Definitely feel like it's just time. Someone feels like, okay, I'm done with the elementary school stuff. I'm not here for any of the immature stuff. I'm ready for the big boy leagues, the big girl leagues. And if you want to be in my life, you have to be ready for that as well. We have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, the Three of Swords in the reverse, and Judgment. I think you might be one of those individuals that naturally attracts a lot of friends or attention. Aw, thank you, sweetie. Oh, hello, Mr. Pirate. How we doing? We've got, I don't know, I think somebody who kind of assumed that because you've always been kind or compassionate or not one to, cause the trouble really, that you would hold on to this person. I don't know. This is like somebody thinking you're a little bit weak because you're kind or because you haven't been like cutthroat like some of the other people have been. But you've been able to heal some of this people pleasing or codependent nature. And this has helped you kind of reassess how you engage with other people. And this is like Judgment Day, Taurus. Yeah, I have boundaries. I'm going to stick with them. And if you're not going to be respectful of them, then you're going to get shown the door. How's it going, Joanna? Hello, Jimmy. So we also have the Star in the reverse and the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's a matter of honesty and loyalty that's really core at the change that you're going through, right? You've had some sort of ego death or some sort of change in perspective that's helped you realize what was holding you back from whatever healing you needed. With the Star in the reverse, this was somebody kind of trying to dull your shine, but that's not something people can really maintain for a long time. You've got something, je ne sais quoi. I don't really speak French very well, you guys, but I do know that saying. Something along the lines of, I don't know what. There's a star quality here about you that somebody was trying to cover up, but you have, I think, kind of found the truth of your own self-worth, and this person can't really touch you anymore. Maybe in a couple ways. All right, we're going to continue with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. All right, what else do we have for Taurus? Yeah, I think someone's realizing they can't really like get to you the way that they used to. There's something like unfuckwithable here. We have the Judgment card coming out in the reverse. Interesting because we just had that in the upright. And this is clarifying the Four of Wands in the reverse. Somebody here has been acting in their own interest and being careless around you. You have, I think, also seen evidence that this person knows that their actions are having a negative impact on you and they're still doing it. So you're like, oh, well, I guess this is like not an accident then. This is you making the decision that you want to be a bit of a twat, right? Eight of Swords. Somebody was trying to keep you stuck by not giving you access to all the information or making you feel like you really couldn't trust anybody else. So this might have been somebody trying to tell you, you're better off not trying to make friends, or you probably shouldn't hang out with that person because this person didn't want you to rely on anybody else. And I think they're realizing, with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse being the original one for this column, they're realizing what used to work doesn't work anymore. Like you're removing the blindfold here. Two of Pentacles, King of Swords. This is beautiful. Okay, so Taurus, I see you as this King of Swords, especially because it's underneath the Three of Swords in the reverse. You may have an air sign featured prominently in your birth chart, but look at the Two of Pentacles. Those two pentacles that he's juggling, they're pretty fucking even, right? All right, so you're an earth sign. You are pretty good at this kind of thing. I feel like you found a balance here after something pretty difficult happened. You see the ship that's going down in the background? You still have that pumpkin balancing on your toe, and you're balancing on another pumpkin despite all of this crap that's going on. I feel like you found a way to maintain some sanity. It might not be perfect, but it's better than what it used to be. Maybe you've been spending a little bit more time doing something that helps you to ground yourself. If you find that you need a little bit more assistance in that, try things like yoga, going for a walk. Obviously, nature is good for that. Anything that helps you shut the mind down. I used to have a really big fish tank. I think it was like 100 or 125 gallons. I had Oscars, which are just, oh, they're so cool. Just sitting there and watching the fish tank was so relaxing, even just like the sound of it in the background. I found myself not watching TV. I just wanted to watch the fish. Something along those lines would be really helpful for you. But I feel like you've found some measure of stability or reclaimed some stability, and you're thinking more head over heart, but not to the extent where you're cutting people off unnecessarily. I think you've found a really good way to kind of draw the line, who should be in your life and who should not. We have the Ace of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Wands. I just heard there's no love lost. If there's somebody who's being particularly difficult, or as I like to say, cantankerous, which is kind of like old crotchety man style. If somebody is not being respectful or kind to you, even though you've extended an olive branch or tried to be respectful of them, if they're making you wear the resting bitch face, then it might be time to say, you know what, I'm going to pull back a little bit. I'm going to save this amazing Taurus energy for myself, and maybe we can regroup later when you get over your little fit, your little tantrum. We have the Five of Cups. I want one more though. This is under the Ace of Swords and Temperance. So this is kind of like what I was just saying with regards to the Two of Pentacles with the ship going down in the background. I do feel like there's been a lot of chaos or drama around you. I don't feel like it's really something you start. I think there are some unhealed or maybe even a little bit selfish friends or family around you that keep trying to kind of like push you off your square, but there's too much that you've figured out about your own mental health or your own ability to ground yourself. This person can't really get you off your rocker for too long. So I want you to keep in mind that you have control over your own thoughts. You can redirect yourself when you get off track and keep yourself positive, right? If somebody is trying to talk down to you, don't let those things echo in your brain. You're in control of your own self worth and what you put out into the world, right? We're going to continue with the Golden Art Nouveau. We have the Seven of Cups. This can be about options and confusion, maybe even overindulging in, alcohol. This is clarifying our shaky foundation and lack of better judgment. So I think somebody is likely overindulging with liquor, marijuana, something like that. And it's made it difficult for them to realize that there are some options that are just not worth pursuing and that they already have everything they need to move forward towards whatever it is that they want. So, Taurus, I'm going to encourage you to, I mean, do as you want, right? But find a moment each day to have a clear mind, whether it's, having a smoke or a, coffee on your front porch where you're not listening to anything and you just, maybe like watch nature or watch people at the bus stop. Because I feel like you're very close to something that is going to be like your wish fulfillment, but you need to focus. And there are people, this Nine of Cups is because you are regaining balance. There are people that want to affect that and make you lose your balance. Don't let them do that. Because what's coming around the corner, if you can maintain this balance and keep, moving forward, you've got somebody who wants to reconnect. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse is coming out from the cold or even, reconciliation. Somebody wants to get on the same page. There's one of these pentacles that has like a darker outline. I think that means there's maybe a couple of apologies that need to be spoken between the two of you, but there's one that really needs to be dealt with. And I feel like we don't need to spend too much time, you and this person, delving into what went wrong and why you shouldn't do that. This feels like spirit encouraging you to listen for whether or not someone's being genuine and then don't belabor the point. You'll know whether or not they actually feel bad for what happened. And if they do, it's great to just kind of like accept and then move forward, right? Because we have the Ace of Cups here to indicate there is strong love here. There is a deep connection here. And I don't think you need to worry about this person like hurting you again in this manner. I think they've learned their lesson. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. However, there is somebody else in your energy that is more antagonistic. So you've got a couple of energies. You'll want to make sure you're reading them appropriately. If there's somebody that you are kind of on and off with in terms of when you communicate, it may be actually quite troublesome in terms of trying to communicate effectively with this person. This person is trying to find a way to keep you on the hook. They don't want to actually be good to you or like have that equal give and take. They just want you to keep giving to them. So please be cautious of people that tend to just be around when it benefits them. If you've got a friend who doesn't want to pick up the phone when you're having a bad day, but expects you to listen to 40 minutes of venting, that's not a friendship. That's an unpaid therapist. Aw, thanks, guys. All right, what else do we have? Fool in the reverse. Yeah, I really feel like somebody is trying to make it seem like you can't make this new beginning work or like you don't have the stability to move forward. I would not let anybody talk you out of something you feel confident about. You're Taurus. I feel like you're grounded enough to know if I can make this jump, I can make this jump. Like, don't tell me that I can't. You're not flighty, right? I think we're gonna get a couple from the Gold and the Norman. At some point, I think I'm gonna get smaller Lenormand cards because I think that would be fun to clarify with, but I'm really awkward when it comes to clarifying with larger cards. I don't know why. In my mind, I feel like they need to shrink as you go along. Maybe you've already noticed that. We have the heart coming out. Oh my. And the cross. We have somebody that has opened their heart after going through ego death. I feel like this is you, Taurus, but it could also be someone you've inspired. You could be going through like a twin flame journey, but I see somebody who has maybe done a lot to protect themselves from other people, walling yourself off or keeping things kind of superficial because you've been hurt. You might have had some unhealed trauma from your childhood that you then healed from. But I see that you've got a different, kind of like a new lease on life. There's a more optimistic approach here than before. And it's because you've like been through it. Like, oh no, this is like stage 5 in terms of like alarms going off. But I spent, all of 2020 in stage 8, so I'm good. Like you've been battle tested, I think is the word. We have the scythe. Ooh. Yeah, you're cutting people off. That's not a bad thing, Sometimes you grow apart or you don't have the same perspective. But we've got the scythe and the owls or the birds. There may be some gossip going around about an argument that you've had or how quickly you cut somebody off. People may be saying things like, oh, did you see that Taurus is no longer friends with, I don't know, Sagittarius? Yeah, I hear it's because like they're just like not here for the bullshit anymore. Like there is some sort of like chatter going around about maybe it's even only between 3 people, but there's a group that knows you're not taking the crap anymore, People pleasing is for the birds. Get it? All right, we're gonna move to the kipper and get the brutal truth. Tell me about the 7 of Cups. Unexpected income in the reverse. Unexpected loss, huh? I think somebody is shocked that you were willing to end a connection, whether it's friendship or romantic, because they thought their stature or their reputation was enough to justify your being in their life. Like they didn't think you would care as much about the respect or the, compassion because of who they are. So this would be somebody who's really into, being seen as wealthy or respectable or having a good job. This is someone who probably feels like they're the smartest person in the room. And with lovers in the reverse, I'm still hearing that like no love lost. So I feel like this is somebody who is not really, how do I say this? Yeah, like you're not going to really miss them because mostly they bring like the rain clouds. You know what I mean? Child in the reverse, this is someone who plays innocent all the time. They're not one to, admit their faults or sign up for accountability. They are the kind of person that would, distract you when you've pointed out something that they should really be responding to. They're not going to like cop to anything, right? And I feel like you've just outgrown that. Like maybe you were whatever about it before, but now you're like, nah, man, I really just like don't have time for people that aren't looking to actually like kind of be a better person than they were yesterday, right? How's it going, Mark? All right, we've got pathway and journey. So this is underneath the Ace of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, there's like an offer here coming to you that could have something to do. If you're artistic, it could be an offer for you to do something like full time with that artistic skill. But more so, I see it being an offer that leads to you being on the right path or helps you stay on the right path. Journey and Page of Pentacles is definitely reiterating the message we got from the world. There's a new chapter starting, a new opportunity, a new life. You may be experiencing change across the board. We have Coffin in the reverse, and I feel like this Coffin in the reverse with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse is like, even if this hasn't paid off yet, or even if people don't think that I can do this, I haven't stopped. I'm still doing it. So some of you may have recently or may in the near future gotten a job that some people didn't think you could get or didn't think you could land, but you were able to demonstrate that you were willing to learn things on your own, or that you were willing to really put in that time and dedication. And it's going to end up making you wealthy. Whether you're a man or not, I think the main message here is somebody is trying to get you to not believe in yourself, but you are well equipped to be successful at whatever this, I think, creative endeavor is. But it might be more so that you're creating something new that people maybe don't have elsewhere, right? Like maybe you're an inventor or something like that. All right, we're going to continue with the Tarot Familiars. You guys, Judgment came out again. That's 3 of 4 decks that are tarot had the Judgment card come out for you. This one's in the upright again. So it was upright, reverse, upright. I feel like you're in the upright. You're following your intuition and trying to do what's right. And this is helping you get to a better living situation. You may have been uncomfortable, or you may currently be uncomfortable in terms of whether or not you can trust who you're living with, whether or not the environment is good for you or your children, or what you want to be doing with your life. I feel like there's a decision to make a move that would be a healthier environment for you. And with the 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords, this willingness to change different elements in your life is kind of shocking people around you. They really thought you would be hung, like, I don't know, hung up on some kind of disappointment or failure or breakup. And you're just like moving forward because you've been able to heal faster than you did before. And it's because you know you're coming from this place of being balanced. You know now how to kind of let things roll off. What is it? Roll off your shoulder? I don't know. You don't let things get to you as much as you used to. The Chariot. You're going to have success in whatever this is that you're pursuing because you do have something very unique about you. You're coming out as the unicorn after all, so you've got something special to offer. And with the 9 of Swords in the reverse, there's somebody rushing in to offer you assistance in a situation where it may have felt kind of hopeless or a little bit of a tall order. 6 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is Spirit saying you got to deal with some insecurity here, Taurus. If there's a habit of doubting yourself or letting negative talk happen, make sure you're correcting that. The 6 of Wands in the reverse, I feel like, is the only obstacle that could really stop you from being successful, because I don't think there's really a lot that would prevent you from being successful unless you decided not to take that leap of faith. 9 of Pentacles. This is exactly what I'm saying. You are fully capable. You're going to be seen as independent and able to take care of yourself. And you just have to make sure you're staying on track in terms of, believing that you can do what you want to do. We're going to get a little bit more information from the Rider-Waite. Oh, ooh, Three of Swords and Eight of Cups. Aw, Taurus, people miss you. I mean, there are people that are a little bit bummed because you didn't necessarily have a problem walking away. There are a lot of people out there that will stay in toxic friendships or toxic relationships, toxic marriages, toxic jobs, because they don't want to do all of the stuff that would be required to make the changes. And I feel like even though you can be a little bit stubborn, Taurus, you've decided to just like pick up and go. Like, screw it. I'm not exactly like chained to the desk or chained to this person. I can make the changes that I need to, even if people think I'm a little bit reckless for how I'm approaching it. The Knight of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's taking action really quickly and maybe not necessarily thinking it all the way through. And with the Ten of Wands, this is somebody who's like, you know what? Screw it. I know what the burdens are that I can offload that aren't mine, and I'm going to do that. And if you guys are a little bit upset because I'm willing to walk away, then I guess you probably should have listened to me when I said this isn't really jiving with me. I don't feel like you're my friend, or I don't feel like you actually want me to be in a better place. We have the Hierophant in the reverse and the Eight of Swords. I think your change in perspective or your different approach to how you live, not necessarily letting people who have titles or, a huge reputation push you around, is making people feel like they can't figure out how to predict what moves you're going to make next, which is kind of exciting, don't you think? You're keeping people guessing. We should also probably talk about the fact that the Hierophant in the reverse, the Hierophant is Taurus energy. I think people think you're a little bit out of character right now, and maybe even like influenced by if you are drinking or something like that. People think you're just kind of off your rocker right now because you're doing things differently. And with the Knight of Cups, I think you're also a little bit of a heartthrob right now. You may have multiple people interested in you, or this Knight of Cups is all about your changes bringing about this offer. Because remember, we had that Ace of Cups. Actually, we had it twice. Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's something moving in fast here towards you, Taurus. It's this new chapter. This is, the second time I think that we got the World card. So be ready for a lot of change and embrace it, because it's going to be a positive change for you. All right, we're going to get just a little bit more from the minis, and then I think we'll call it a day, Taurus. I totally agree, Jimmy. Magician, see, you're fully capable. You have all the resources that you need to be able to achieve what it is that you're working on, or what it is that you want to work on. You just have to be cautious because someone in your energy is a bit of a bully. This could be somebody that has Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in their chart. Funny because I totally referenced Sagittarius earlier. So we have the Lovers in the reverse. I feel like somebody is reacting poorly because you did not choose them. And with the Sun in the reverse, you may be more secretive than normal. This feels like somebody trying to figure out where you are or where you're going. If you've decided to move out or not live with somebody anymore, you may have decided to not necessarily be super open about where you're going to. And it looks like that's a good idea. We have the Queen of Cups, Two of Wands. So this Queen of Cups is your energy, realizing that when you let go of some of these burdens that are not your own, you're able to chart a new course and head in a different direction. It's kind of like when I decided I wanted to move out of state, I mean, everything just kind of lined up. I didn't have a job that I had to go into, on site. I didn't have to worry about my lease, being in the middle of it or owning a house. There was everything lining up. And I feel like that's what's happening here for you, Taurus, or is about to happen for you. Lots of opportunities to make the changes you've been dreaming about or that you feel would be really good for you. But you've got somebody who's trying to convince you not to change. There's a negative influence around you that is holding you back a little bit, maybe a lot of it, depending on how much you're willing to reject whatever their influence is on you. But this is somebody who's quite negative. You might even think that they're a little bit of a narcissist. This is somebody who uses their words to attack instead of resolve. So if you've ever been in an argument with somebody who's clearly trying to resolve things with each comment, it's radically different than when you're in an argument with somebody who is just like trying to bring up everything from the past and like poke at you the whole time, right? We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like at some point you were just like, well, if you're going to argue with me no matter what I say, then what are you going to do if I don't say anything? What if I just don't come back with anything? And it makes this person feel like they need to chase after you. We have the King of Swords under the Knight of Wands. Page of Swords in the reverse. Someone may be headed your way because they've got legal or tax issues, and you're being cautioned against anyone that comes across as codependent or needy. If this person is making you feel like you have to help them solve their problems, I would run. Because it's one thing when you're asking for help, and it's a whole other ballgame if somebody is like, can you do that for me? You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm happy to like help, but I'm not gonna like do your homework for you. What do you think this is? College? All right. We're gonna get a couple from the Zodiac fortune telling cards just to round out what's going on with your money. You are loved by all who come in contact with you. Oh, that's sweet. A reception where you will meet someone. It doesn't have to be romantic. This might be a business connection, keep in mind. A long motor trip with a surprise at the end. You guys, this is like probably not specific enough, but I know for a fact, maybe about a month ago, it might have been the one that's actually featured, the first video featured on my page. But I swear there's a long motor trip with a surprise at the end gets pulled for that as well. So this is a repeating message for you. And then don't discourage quickly. Again, you're meant to do something important here. You have some skill that makes other people happy or contributes to the overall raising of the vibration. So don't discourage. Don't let other people tell you that you can't do something that you know you're fully capable of. All right, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much to the moderators for helping me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll probably be back in a little bit for the Virgo reading. Bye, guys.